And welcome to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be another WCA China versus Korea here on the map Twisted Meadows. Let's switch over to the spectators. And yeah, let's begin, shall we? We have Tho spawning in as the red human player in the top left. He will be facing off against ReMinD, the blue Night Elf player in the top right. Yeah, I won't spoil what happened in the previous cast between Tho and Lin, but yeah, go watch that if you have not. I've casted that basically right before this, so yeah. That means I should be warmed up. I shouldn't make too many mistakes this time around, but no promises. Ancient of War is starting out at the Overseer camp or Mercenary camp. I don't know, honestly. I've seen players place their Ancient of Wars in this location, eat through the trees maybe, and start with the Rock Golem camp, or they can just go for the Null Overseer camp. I think this way it might just prevent humans from, or at least anyone from, cheekily drawing the creep camp to get an early cancellation on this. I don't know the exact reason, but I'm just going to assume that. Let's go over to the current resources here. Demon Hunter coming in for ReMinD and Archmage for Tho. It seems like both players are going to scout out the long way, so it's pretty much up to ReMinD to deduce if he's going the right way or not. Is going to spot the peasant. Of course, Tho has spotted the other two locations, so he's pretty much knows where his opponent is, and it seems like ReMinD is going to choose the right location. No, he's going to go for a cross spawn check, and yeah, it's pretty much 50-50 there. Militia are going to be brought over, and they are going to start hacking away at this Ancient of War. Might get an easy kill on that Wisp, and the Archmage did indeed get that experience. This might be a little disastrous for ReMinD actually, but the Demon Hunter is here now with an Archer just in case. Overseers, Wardens should pretty much just back off, honestly. But nope, sadly for ReMinD, they are still tossing their lightning bolts at it. More archers are going to be required here. The Demon Hunter is going to get kind of chunked. I think he was going for a Moonwell, but maybe he's just going to wait a little bit until he takes a little more damage. Now he's going to have to get topped off as the Moonwell. That Warden is extremely malicious against Night Elves apparently, and he is still attacking. More footmen are being added to the mix here, so peasants have effectively ran away. Dead Nations are going to try and get rid of the elemental, and Wisp has been brought over to try and repair the Ancient of War. It doesn't seem like the Ancient of War is going to last that long, and this is honestly just disastrous for ReMinD. Is it going to build a replacement Ancient of War right now or not? Oh, if ReMinD actually, what he could do is use a Wisp to try and reset that aggro, but sadly the Warden is just going to kill off that Ancient of War, and if lucky, Tho could just get the last hit and get the experience off of that. And he actually does. Elemental able to get that last hit, and just a weird chain of events right now for this game already. Could have easily been avoided if a Wisp was used to just mind control, not mind control, Jedi mind trick that Warden to attack it rather than the Ancient of War, and then the aggro would just reset. But I think ReMinD was having a lot other things to worry about, so yeah, there's that. He actually, at least he got the cancellation on the Arcane Vault. Sadly, Arcane Vault does not equal Ancient of War, and of course, if you just cancel a building, you get the resources back. Yeah, not too great of a start here for ReMinD, sadly. And this might just be a very easy first expand attempt for Tho. Clearing out the Ogre Magi camp. He is nowhere near level 2. He immediately went after the Ancient of War rather than a camp itself, so he will get level 2 if he clears out this camp fully, but that's just assuming Demon Hunter is not going to be annoying in the process. Pin of Energy gets picked up by the Magi, so not too useful on the Archmage himself, but definitely can be given over to Mountain King, Panda, whatever. Demon Hunter still level 1, not much of a threat honestly. Abolish Magic is going to be used by the Troll Shadow Priest to take out the Elemental pretty quickly. But yeah, Demon Hunter doesn't look like he is going to get too much out of this. Weird misprocs there. I don't think this is a hill, so might just indicate that the Demon Hunter took evasion first. Interesting, interesting indeed. Pen of Energy actually gets sold by the Archmage, so not going to keep that for the Mountain King. We have Backpack as well, which is really surprising. I guess he just backpacked just in case if he was gonna transition into a tower push. Honestly, it could have very well have happened because ReMinD lost his Ancient of War. Not much defense was available, and it could have easily been finished off with a tower push. But though, yeah, just chose to back off. The Demon Hunter maybe was a little too threatening with his fellow archers. And a Panda comes out as a counter to all these footmen here by ReMinD. Sadly, it is just a level 1 Breath of Fire, so it doesn't do too much damage, but yeah, the promise of, you know, huge damage is there by the Panda. At least it was able to cancel the healing scrolls onto those footmen. I don't know where the Demon Hunter is. I guess he was just finishing off the elemental, but yeah, this might be a bit troublesome for ReMinD, as though it looks to be rather aggressive with his huge number of footmen. They do have the defend upgraded, so yeah, not much those archers can actually do in terms of dealing damage to those footmen without getting back some reflection there. Demon Hunter is going to go chasing after that Archmage. Breath of Fire is starting to stack up. I believe that was Breath of Fire number 3 now. And yeah, Ancient Laws have been placed down, but they are being focus fired by those footmen. And those doing a nice job focusing on the ones that are near completion, but it seems like he won't be able to get a second one this time around. He is going to be forced to TP back, and yep, he lost a footman in the process. And yeah, he didn't do too much, I guess. Yeah, not really. He was able to cancel one of those Ancient Laws, but ReMinD was pretty quick to react and build a replacement immediately. The problem is this second attack, which ReMinD did not see coming, and he is going to be forced to probably cancel that second Ancient of Law. Does he have a TV scroll? He does have a TV scroll. He's actually going to be focused on clearing out this expansion rather than trying to prevent the second Ancient of Law from being finished off. I'm not sure if the scout farm sees the Night Elf army's position, but yeah, it will be disastrous if ReMinD loses too much here. If he loses that already completed Ancient of Law, this might as well just be GG. Moonwells are not too great of a deal. Of course, if he loses too many, then it does start to rack up. But yeah, TP score is going to be started here. Not much of an army actually. TPing back home to try and defend. Drunken Haze onto those footmen are going to try and prevent as much damage as possible. We do have an Ancient of Law being built on the Fog of War, but I'm not sure how well that's gonna end up being, as the footmen are starting to swarm that particular building. Demon Hunter is chasing the Archmage, so at least he is controlled regardless, but yeah, I don't know. You can see how much gold though has. He has almost 1,000. He's actually over 1,000, and he is close to completion on his keep tech. This is just where though definitely loves to be at, in the winning position, I guess. So yeah, with an expansion, nearly done with tier 2, crippling his opponent's infrastructure. We're only down to 1 Moonwell away from being upside down on supply, so yeah, this expand attempt from ReMinD maybe was a little too greedy. He should have secured the defense in his own place first rather than looking to expand. But yeah, this is a rather, I would say, unfortunate game for ReMinD. a lot of things did not go his way. He's being mass footman down, as I just finally realized how many footmen Tho actually has. Sadly, it was just not a great game for ReMinD. The early debacle with the Ancient of War could have been salvaged. It was salvaged kind of, but wasn't. Yeah, not much was actually traded in return for that. He lost a lot. Meanwhile, Tho lost barely anything in that kind of trade. So Demon Hunter gets taken down level 2, I believe, or is that 3? That is 3. So yep, just increased price in reviving that particular hero. And that is most likely going to be game. Well, it's definitely going to be game, since Panda, no way is he going to kill every single footman with 33 mana, so yep. Just surrounded and most likely going to get killed off very soon. He's going to try and kill as many footmen as he goes down, but it's not going to change much. Tho is almost 3k in gold. He's actually going to start producing something, but I don't think it matters too much, as
town is under siege.
yeah, and ReMinD has nothing. I think he has nothing. I don't know what he's doing right now. He is building more Ancient of Laws, but there's not much you can do. I think he's just going to quit the game after the Tree of Ages gets completely killed off, but yeah, I don't know, honestly. I don't know why ReMinD's staying so long, but that is going to be GG. Yeah, that was a weird game. It's kind of tragic how archers don't do too greatly against those footmen, but that's just the risks and rewards that you have to take in Warcraft 3, I guess. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this. I will see you guys again next time. Take care.